Hi, good evening. Oh, well, this is the first time I'm going to be doing a SOLOx, but I've spoken about myself a million times before. Uh, I've kind of had a theme for this event, and I'm calling it the David and Goliath. Uh, as you can see, clearly I'm David, and I've always been a champion for the underdogs. It has a lot to do with my life. I'm an ex-serviceman's son. I come from a naval background. Uh, we played sport. We tried to study. And we were never told to play to participate. We were told to play to either win or lose. So that stayed with me. And the reason why I call myself underdog is because I lost more often than I won. But what it did to me was it made me extremely strong and resolute and an optimist at heart. I graduated from NIFT way back in '99, and I kind of was looking for a purpose to live. Clearly, NIFT wasn't my first choice, but as I went through the 2 years at NIFT, I realized that this was something I could really make out of for myself. I was lucky enough to be employed by somebody when I got off campus who became a guru to me. He taught me a lot of what I know today. More importantly, what he taught was he actually gave me the willingness to dream. Because from where we were at that point in time, dream was something we only had at night. So he told me, get up, dream, let's go and make a brand. Let's make an India first brand. And that was the genesis of my life at that point in time. We went about creating an India retail brand, a brand which was not known, a brand which was only built on product and love. And as an underdog, I walked into the market. I met customers. One of them sits right here in front of me, Jidubai. Salam. I met these customers. They were nice to me, but they didn't buy me. They kept telling me to go back to the drawing board, rework, come back. I did that a million times. I got frustrated. I would often curse some of them under my breath and saying, these guys don't get what we do. But what it taught me was to go back and rework, focus, and get aligned to what the real game was. And like an underdog or like David, I started building my sling. I built my sling. I picked up stones along the way. And then we became what is called a product champion. I immersed myself in product. I immersed myself as a technician at times, a designer at times, both of which I'm not. But I kind of worked along with all my team members, and we started building product from love. And the funny part is that once you do that, people accept it. And they got it right. Shopper Stop, Lifestyles, Pantaloon, Jade Blue, Capsons, name a few of these big retailers in the country today, adopted us. We became one of their premier brand choices. We began well. And then the next we could know was we were already a 400 crore brand. A brand which grew up from a factory where I was a factory manager. We took public in 2012. We were listed on the Bombay Stock Exchange. I went in for that gong ceremony. And at some point, I became a millionaire. It didn't last too long, unfortunately. But yes, I did become a millionaire at that point in time. And we continued going forward. I had a few mishaps in my life. I lost my mother during that time. I was, not in the best of my, abilities at that point. And I finally took a call to move on. And I felt at that point I should go into retail and start learning new craft, because I was this young 21-year-old guy who joined this company and stayed with them for 2 decades. So I was now an older man, and I did not know what to do. So I went to my customers. I said, would you want to employ me? And a few did. Landmark employed me. I left them. Shoppers Stop employed me. I moved on. I did my entrepreneurial journey. It began well. But like all good things, it came to an end with COVID. And then I was looking for new focus. And at which point I met with the Arvind group, and they were kind enough to give me a brand of a stature of US Polo. We've been building on this brand for a while now. And, ladies and gentlemen, it's good to tell you today I'm a Goliath. We no longer are a bootstrapped company. We are a Goliath brand. But the only one learning which I take back from being a David for most of my life is that don't lose the focus of being a David. Being Goliath is easy. I mean, I guess it is, because I've never been one. But being Goliath has got a lot of problems coming your way. You tend to get overconfident. You tend to not see the bigger picture sometimes. And the David in you will always keep you sharp. It'll keep you aligned to what you got to do. Got to set your goals for them and then go after it. Sling after sling, stone after stone, keep putting that big giant down. And that's what I like to live my life with. You know, I always believe there's a fight out there. When I say a fight, I don't mean being violent, but there's a fight out there. And before I move on, thank you, Anish. Prepare rather than pray has been my motto. Thank you so much.
Gentlemen, any questions?
So we are curious that which brand was that? Which brand was that where you stayed for 2 decades, went public? Indiaretailing, okay. Fantastic journey, I would say. And I think pretty much maps the journey of the Indian fashion industry, because most of the brands started like that.
Yes.
So many have succeeded, so many we remember, right, which are not there, but I would say remarkable journey. And so my question to you will be, let's say, like you said, that now being a Goliath is very, very different from being the David, but still want to behave like one. And any of the younger brands, the Davids of today, so many brands have come in, which stands out in your mind that who is going to become the Goliath in the next few years and why?
The most of the brands who have entered new are largely online players, or they're more D2C. The unfortunate part, sir, is that I've not seen them up close. And for me to predict, if I am allowed to predict, that is, it's important to have an interface with them, a cup of coffee with them. I particularly like a brand called Rare Rabbit. I know the promoter, Manish, well. I see a lot of passion in product, and being a product guy myself, I truly believe that while we all talk about new age retail, we talk about AI, we talk about supply chain efficiencies, I'm hearing less and less of the word product. And all of us consume fashion in different ways. The product is the ultimate truth of our business. And if we can keep focusing on that and keep rewiring ourselves with all the technology available, with all the insights available, but never lose focus of that one word called product. And the David in me always looks at that. So anybody with a great product, I think has got a great future. Anybody with a lot of ideas, well, best of luck to them.
Very good, thank you.
Amitabh, you've had a very interesting journey. So, David to Goliath with, retail and entrepreneurship on the way. There are several professionals sitting here who want to create their own journeys. Any one learning from what you did, what you would have done differently, or some pitfall that you think people should avoid when they build out their career?
So the only pitfall which I can sense is that never get stuck for too long in something. Sometimes focus can become your enemy. And something like that happened to us in our business earlier on. We were so focused on what we were doing that we did not smell the opportunity around us. We were focusing on offline with such gusto that we didn't see the online journey. We looked at it as a discounted format. And that comes with that cockiness which builds in after 15 years of working in a business, that I know what I'm doing. So my only request to everyone out here is that cockiness is good. It keeps the belly burning, but also makes you make blunders. So one of the things I made a mistake in my earlier businesses was that I didn't give enough importance to the online part. And today, serendipity as it is, I run the largest online network for US Polo. And that's not my doing, it's been with the whole team. But now I'm understanding it much better. So it's good for a lot of you to adapt technology, but always remember, don't solve problems which are not there. I mean, solve the problem which are in front of you, and that's the focus I'm keep talking about.
Thank you, Amitabh.
Thanks, Anish. Thank you, everyone.